What's up? Out for a nice little evening walk, and it is absolutely dead. Pure joy. I mean, the paths out here have been quiet in general recently, but it's a Saturday evening, about 8 p.m. and it's raining, so people just don't want to get out, do they? No one wants to be out in the rain, which is fair enough, but there's something very therapeutic and peaceful about the rain. Yeah, it's almost like meditation really. It's like just the sound of the drops on the leaves. It's good. So yeah, I just brought my GoPro out. It's not been used for a long time. But yeah, I've been walking every day for the last month and a half, and it's definitely good. I feel like I'm getting fitter and just good for the brain. Like, it's really good to get out and just breathe fresh air. I mean, as fresh as it gets for being in Manchester, but yeah, really lifts the day. Particularly during the week, if I've had like a boring or not productive day at work, really lifts my spirit to get out for a nice little stroll. So yeah, it's not something you're doing. Really do recommend it. Yeah, it's pretty good and nice. Oh, it's looking hot. It's dead. So dead. Completely empty. Nobody likes the rain. Yeah, I've had a really nice day today. Just went to see my parents because they're off away for a week, and I also needed to pick up a couple of things from their house, so I figured I'd go do it while they were still there, because it'd be a bit slightly rude if I did. I've not seen them for a few weeks and I just rock up after they've left, so yeah, I went to do that. Picked up some golf clubs, just my driver and my putter, because I bought some new irons this week. The golf comeback was real, pretty excited about that. Yeah, gonna join a club, play every week. That's the driving range. My closest driving range is actually, it's a weird little one called Boomers and Swingers, and it's just got like tanks and stuff on the range, as in like military tanks. Just play golf, hit those. Seems like a lot. In fact, I think that would be another nice like rainy evening activity. Just swinging some clubs on the range. So yeah, maybe I'll give that one a go. It could be nice. But yeah, when I was in the car, I mean, it's already having a nice day. On the weekends at the moment, my little morning routine is I always wake up reasonably early. I don't get out of bed super early. I think I got up at about 9 today, which is partly because I went to bed quite late, because I was lifting weights at like midnight last night. Just not really, not ideal, but yeah, it was fine. It's the weekend, innit? But yeah, I get up, get my breakfast, I get a nice little bowl of cereal or whatever I'm having, a cup of coffee, and I go back to bed, eat it in bed. Just pure luxury, pure joy. And watch something on TV. I'm watching, I started watching Solo Leveling a few weeks ago. I really got into it. So I think I'm back into a bit of anime, which is not really something I've ever got into that much, but yeah, I've started watching Blue Lock, which is about football, which is kind of funny. I laugh at it because it's like overly serious. It's like the classic, like exaggerated. It's hard to explain. If you know, you know. But it's like, yeah, it's actually pretty enjoyable. I've watched like 10 episodes. I only started watching it yesterday, so that's quite a lot of time. That's like 3 hours, I think. well, probably less. I swear the episodes are only like 15 minutes. 20 minutes, but with like long intro and credits, so yeah. Maybe it's not too bad. 2.5 hours. Yeah, it's just a nice start to the day. I mean, I obviously lose time in the morning doing that, but not too precious about my mornings right now. And those are the only 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, where I don't have to get up and do my job, so I remind to deprive myself of a nice little lie from time to time. But yeah, and I was waiting for some post, like a little parcel, with my golf bag, back on the golf theme. Didn't actually have to be in for it. The guy who delivered it didn't even knock on the door. He went around the back of my house and threw it over the wall. So, yeah, unusual delivery techniques being deployed, but it's TPD. Sometimes I like to freestyle. They're pioneers in the delivery business, it seems. So, yeah, golf bag's fine. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe he just didn't want to chat to anyone, so he'd rather go around the back and throw it over the wall. Yeah, then I went home in the car. I feel like I just had this kind of like revelation that like, yeah, life's really fucking good right now. Like I'm as free as like someone can possibly be. There's no one dependent on me. I don't have a routine or anything other than work. My job's pretty relaxed. I like my colleagues. I go into the office twice a week. But I have so much freedom. And I'm trying to utilise that more, but like, yeah, it was so nice. I was just like, I was listening to Fontaines DC, which is not a band I've really listened to much before. I know of them, but what song is it? It's like, I love you. A really good song. I was listening to that quite a bit on the way in the car. I was repeating it a few times. But yeah, I don't know. I was just in a really good headspace. It's persisted through the day. And it just stems from the fact that I've realised like I live on my own. I think in the back of my mind for the last however many months I've sort of had this feeling that like however my age is, they're in relationships or they're dating and they're doing all that sort of stuff, and most people have been in long-term relationships, multiple. I mean, I'm 27, so like old as shit, old as dirt these days, you know. But I don't really want that right now, because I'm trying to work on a lot of stuff at the moment, and I think the realisation that I don't want that made me feel good about not having that. It's like, wait, why am I feeling like I'm missing out on something when it's not even something I want right now? That realisation's really freed the brain. So yeah, real good vibes today. Someone overhead, and I don't really want to speak on other people, so I'm gonna end this for a little bit. Love you, bye. I'm back. Ooh, good music. Yeah, but I don't know. I was just thinking about how there's so much I want to do with my life. Not even in the sense of the specific things, but I don't want a normal life. I want to live. I want to push myself. And it's not just about me wanting it for myself. I know people always say like, oh, just do it for yourself. I want people to recognise me and see me the way I see me. Yeah, just test my potential, because it's something I've spoken about before, but I do have a lot of inner belief, and not always, like it does sometimes waver, and I have doubts, as anyone does, but I believe I can do a lot. And unfortunately that ties into one of the main things which has held me back in life, which is my fear of proving myself wrong. Like, I have that internal belief, but the idea of actually testing it and figuring out it's all just it's a load of nothing, it's scary. Like, I'd rather have just that completely unproven idea of myself than actually testing it and making it a reality, which would be infinitely more rewarding. But yeah, I think I realised that for the first time a while ago, and now that I understand it now, I'm hoping I can push through it, and I think I am, bit by bit. But yeah, just that feeling of freedom today, and like, I'm just so unburdened and unrestrained, unshackled. I feel unstoppable. And a lot of the time, happiness is kind of a choice for me. Like, I choose to live a very solitary life, but I don't really have to. And like, I think, like, why am I doing that? But yeah, so I'm not quite sure. You probably can't see me anymore because I'm under a bridge. There it is. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll probably continue speaking in a bit, but love you. Bye. Yeah, I was so close to not going out for a walk today, so I'm very pleased with myself that I have made the effort to get out, continue the streak of the daily walks. But yeah, I'm wearing these shoes, which I've, ignore my colourful shorts, but these shoes for quite a while. They're Gore-Tex, and they're only really mostly waterproof when I first got them. They do seep in a bit of moisture. Also, walking fast on hot days, they don't breathe that well, so not the best shoes ever. They're comfy, they're nice for walking in. I could walk all day in them, but they've got wet a few times and they honk a little bit. So the plan is to walk them today, maybe stick them in the washing machine. I feel like that could be the final straw for the slightly flaky Gore-Tex on them, but yeah, needs to be done, I think. Can't be having honky shoes. Not really socially acceptable, is it? Can't turn up to someone's house and take my shoes off and it just honks up everything. And of course I've got non-honky shoes as well, but these ones are nicest for walking in, so yeah. I'll give them a go in the washing machine. Or maybe I'll Google it first just to check. I'm not going to obliterate the shoe, but yeah. Hopefully I can fix it. One thing I've really been vibing with recently, doing all these daily walks, is the whole just walking from home. Like, I feel like a lot of people based in the city drive somewhere to go for walks, like drive to a park or drive to the Peak District or the Lake District or whatever. But there's so much walking you can do, particularly in suburban Manchester around here. And even urban Manchester, I think the walking around there is actually underrated. Once you get off the city streets, even the city streets are interesting in themselves, but like, the canal is very well connected. And very beautiful as well. You go through a lot of nice areas. And right now I'm just on the Loop Line, which is an old railway, I think. Maybe this bit's not, but most of it is. And so yeah, it's just a nice smooth tarmac path away from the traffic. The trees, you just get constant bird sound. See squirrels vibing out in the trees, blackbirds rustling through the leaves. I've even seen a deer once, or at least I think I did. It was from quite a long way away, but it looked like a deer. And over that way as well, if I go the opposite way from my house instead of coming this way, you can go through a field where there's like cows and horses and stuff, which is really nice. It's nice to just be in nature, in the city. Like, yeah, the paths are actually really well connected. You can go an awful long way without really having to walk along the road. And even when you do get to walk along the road, it's kind of a nice switch up. So yeah, and I've been thinking about this, and it's like, it almost feels like I'm tapping into a very sort of primitive instinct, which is like reconnaissance. Like, I'm checking out my territory, surveying the area, understanding the local terrain, and just like expanding my mental map of where I'm living. I think it's quite it's actually pretty good for the mental well-being, I think, having a good sense of like what's actually around you and how everything connects together, and instead of just living in my house. And before doing these daily walks, sometimes I'd be indoors for like a week at a time. Like, I wouldn't really leave the house apart from going to the office, which, to be fair, my car wasn't working for a bit last year, so I wasn't going in there either. So I probably have gone a full week without leaving the house, which is like, it seemed fine at the time, but I can't really imagine doing that now. Like, I've very much adapted to getting these daily walks in, and it's so good for the brain. But when you are just in your house and you're just not leaving it, it's almost like your world shrinks, and you don't have that perspective of what's around you, and you probably become more introspective as well, and just trapped in your own brain. So yeah, it's good to get out and expand that physical sense of space. I think it's really, really powerful. The same goes for when, like, if I am feeling like the world's a bit on top of me, I have this weird like mental exercise, which isn't really too advanced or sophisticated, but like, I just imagine myself reaching up and growing into the atmosphere and up into the stars, and like, I just think about the infinite expanse above me, and it makes me feel really light. I don't know why that is. It makes me feel small and light. It's nice, like a little tiny ant. And I think some people would be stressed out by that. I really like it. And yeah. That's the one road crossing on my route. Little, I can't remember what they're called. Is that a zebra? The zebra is the one with the lights where the people have to let you through. When I was a kid, I thought the zebra was the one where you press the button, but no, zebra is the one where you actually have to require people not to have murderous intent. So thankfully they waved me there. I gave them a little wave. Only polite, but yeah, I think there's a lot of strength to be gathered and harnessed from just connecting with your local environment. I guess it probably depends on where you live, but like I live in like Salford, northwest Manchester. Northwest Great Manchester is Salford, it's not Manchester technically. I still put Manchester on my address just because, like, who cares, it always gets to the same place anyway. But yeah, I don't know, it's not famed for being the nicest of spots to go for walks and explore nature, but just look at this, look around me, man. This is nice nature, and I've got it all to myself on the weekend, on a bank holiday weekend. It's crazy. I know it's raining, but I've got tree shelter, I've got natural shelter, nothing to worry about. Yeah, it's wonderful. I love these little like tree tunnel paths where you just like, yeah, you're just walking through this little tunnel, little sanctuary, protected from the elements. I mean, not in this open bit, but through most of it I am. It's like you can tune out quite well, tune out from life, and often when I'm walking I'm not really thinking about anything. Like Sometimes I use it for thinking stuff through, but I think the main enjoyment I get from walking is when I'm just completely tuned out. I'm just present in the moment, listening to the sounds and smelling the smells, which admittedly aren't always great in Manchester, but Salford, sorry guys. Usually are. It smells really nice here. It's nice. I don't know. It's the rain smell. I think it's interesting that humans can smell rain. Like our sense of smelling rain is actually, I may be making this up, but I think it's stronger than sharks' sense of smelling blood. So yeah, we got a little scent of that rain. Sniff it in. Not sure what that's useful for, why we evolved to sniff the rain. I don't know, but it's how it be. It's quite a nice aroma. But admittedly, that smell I'm smelling right now probably isn't actually rain. It's more like just damp earth and trees. But yeah, the sensory experience of just ambling around outdoors, hard to replicate. In fact, it's not possible to replicate. Like, it's its own very special thing. And yeah, huge fan. I'm just going to film in front of me for a little bit, a little B-roll. Maybe I'll use that throughout the video rather than just now. Oops. Why is no one out and about? No one's anywhere. I wonder why. I'm guessing, well, it's always busier in the morning, to be fair. The last few walks I've been on, actually, the last week and a half, it's been quiet. I had a particularly quiet weekend walk, which I thought was going to be a busy walk, but then I realised the FA Cup final was on, and living in Greater Manchester, I imagine a lot of people were watching the final. Not that Man City fans actually exist, but yeah, some of them do. I know one or two. So yeah, oh, I was buzzing that Crystal Palace won there. You see, you got to take these small wins when you're a Man United fan. Yeah, I mean, my highlight of the season is actually, well, I was at the quarter-final Europa League game where we came back in extra time. In fact, so there's a good picture. There's a few good pictures because I went with my friend, good friend of mine, and he's got front row seats in that corner. So the last 3 goals were all in front of us. The last 2 celebrated in front of us because the equaliser and the winner. Yeah, it was pretty epic, not gonna lie. So it's been soured a bit by the final defeat, but yeah, what a moment. Yeah, good pictures. In fact, Bruno Fernandes tweeted one of these pictures, and yeah, he didn't tag me for whatever reason, but yeah, I'll have to have a word with him about that one when I see him. Yeah, what a guy. I'm hoping he doesn't leave in the summer because that will be heartbreaking, but at the same time he's kind of ruining his career by staying with us, so yeah, it's a bit shit all around. But yeah, the highlight of the season for me is, apart from that, is Scott McTominay having an absolute blast of the season, winning the Serie A title and also the league MVP. Well deserved. And scoring a sick goal the other day actually to solidify the win. But he's been scoring a lot, and he's I mean, he showed this at United when he was given those sort of free floating midfielder roles where he's late to the box and makes such good runs, and he's really good positioning, and his finishing is actually like sick. It was at United. Never really utilised that well, but potential was always there. I believe he played as a striker in the academy, so yeah, what a guy. Happy he's doing well. It's funny that it's him and Lukaku as well. Ex-United boys linking up. Yeah, enough of football. More about nature, more about walking. We love walking. But like, yeah, sick. I'm just out on a walk now. I get back and it's just peace. Wonderful. Like, I live by myself, got my own space, there's no one there waiting for me, so I take as long as I want. Just get home and I can do whatever I want. Oh, that's a cool tree. Standing on its own, just like me. Me and that tree. There he is. We're one and the same. Oh, it's just peace. Pure just peace. Yeah, it's bank holiday. I'm actually working on the Monday, so it's a normal 2-day weekend for me. That's fine. Off to the last league game of the season tomorrow with my pal Tom, probably his brother Cal, who are good childhood friends of mine. It's funny actually, I don't know if I've said this to them, but like, they are the closest things I have to brothers. They feel like they're brothers to me. Purely because, one of my first friends when I moved to England when I was 2. We've been friends ever since. The amount of days and nights I've spent at his and him at mine. Well, mostly me at his, to be fair. Yeah, good times. Always nice to see him. Yeah, it is good to have some social interaction on the weekend, I think. I definitely socially deprive myself a bit too much. Like, I'm quite good at staying in touch with people, but I never really organise stuff. Because I never want to be like, I don't know where it comes from. I think a part of it is I don't want to like disturb people. I don't want to, not like in a disturbing way, but as in, I think people have their own lives and I don't want to interrupt. Like, I don't want to be like, because there is no regular, I don't regularly see anyone, so like, I feel like I'm interrupting their routine if I would ask them to hang out, which probably isn't right. Maybe they would want to see me. Yeah, like I often go 6 months, a year, multiple years without seeing some of my friends, which is probably not great for the friendship as a whole and its growth, but I don't know, I feel like all the friends I do have are people who, even though I don't see them for ages, it's kind of like not much time's passed when we see each other again. But at the same time, it probably misses out on that deeper level of friendship. Like, I'm not able to maybe have as much of a connection as I could do. And that just links up to me living my isolated life. There we are on it's like a guided busway or something. That's what it looks like. The buses just speed down this like really narrow road, but it's only buses that can go on it. It's kind of cool. And you have this really wide tarmac path which goes along it. Not cycled on it yet actually, but I've walked pretty far that way. It goes on for a long way. It's dead. It's dead right now. Nobody out and about. probably makes sense because it's raining. Saturday evening, people are either about to go out somewhere or they're in watching the telly. Maybe they're having an early night. You never know. But it's an unusual time to walk, I think. The times where I've walked at this time of night, it is usually quiet, and then because it's raining as well, not many people are going to make the effort. But it's worth the effort. That just bit of tranquility, nice bit of peace. No one waiting for the bus. Always people waiting for the bus here. Not today. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I might have things to say. I'm usually not a big speaker. When I get going, I can get yapping, but I think it's a muscle that I haven't really used enough. My vocabulary muscle. I find that in the past when I've had these like periods of slightly more isolation than usual, not chatting to anyone, like face-to-face, actual real conversation, I just get so much worse at it. And it's not just like thinking of things to say. I'm quite good at thinking of things to say and actually having a meaningful conversation with someone, but my words just don't flow. It's like I get a speech impediment. Quick road cross before I get run over. But yeah. It's weird actually. Skipping over the speech stuff, who cares about that? I care a little bit, but I wasn't speaking as I was walking across there, because I don't know. I don't know how people do it, to be fair, like walking around filming themselves. Like, it's easy to do when I'm on a empty, completely empty path. But when I'm crossing the road and there's cars coming, are they looking at me? Are they thinking, what's this guy doing? What's he got in his hand there? It's all valid. It's all valid stuff to ask. But yeah, I don't know. Why is there embarrassment with that? I think it ties into like the whole. It's definitely a UK mindset of like anyone who wants more than the standard 9 to 5 and having a wife and kids. Anyone who wants more than that or wants to do something different, like I don't know, something creative or YouTube or anything, acting, like theatre kids are mocked, but they're the ones who end up being the most famous people on the planet. And not that fame should be a goal, but like there's greater successes than just working a normal job, whether that's making a business yourself or going into one of these more niche fields or being happy doing like some kind of entertainment role. I don't know. I think in the UK there's definitely a stigma against like pursuing anything more than the norm, which is not really what I'm doing now. It kind of is, but this is more about me trying to reach out to the world, express myself a bit, and just do more than what I was doing, which is not very much. Like, I'm 27 and I look back and think, what have I got to show for all these years? And I have, like, my CV's okay, like I've got 5 years of professional software engineering experience, which is useful if I want to keep doing that forever, but I don't. So excluding that, because it's not really what I want to do forever, it is a very solid backup choice because it's pretty lucrative and allows me to pursue stuff outside of work because I have cash flow. But yeah, it's not where I see myself in the future, or it's not the bright future that I want for myself. So just trying to figure out what I do really want. It's been something which has been quite daunting, which kind of brings back to this sort of realization today. Not really realization, but just a good feeling about the freedom I have. Like, it's it can be quite daunting having a lot of freedom. Because like, you go through life up until school, or I went to uni as well, so throughout uni you have this set structure and expectation of yourself where you've always got something to do, and there's always like the structure ahead of you for years and years to come. That just doesn't exist once you finish education, and I think that's daunting for most people and a little bit overwhelming, but it takes a while to like truly understand that and accept that, like, wow, shit's in my hands now. I can kind of do whatever I want, and I know that's not the case for everyone. Not everyone really has the same amount of freedom. There's obviously limitations, but I know that I'm in a position where I can kind of do whatever I want. Like, I could quit my job today and be able to support myself for, I don't know, a year or two. What could I do in that year or two? Like, the reason I'm not doing that is because there isn't like a plan or something that I can actually do which seems meaningful enough to throw away both 2 years of pay and also 2 years of experience. Because 2 years of experience leads to more pay, and yeah, it's a hard cycle to break out of, because it brings this security and safety that is, it takes a big leap to jump away from, and it's a leap that I'm not ready to make, particularly because I'm not fucking doing anything. And what am I doing? Nothing at all. So, well, not quite nothing. I am working on stuff, and I do have like goals and projects, and yet to finish any of them, but there's stuff in the works, and I think once if I keep them up, which I will persist. I know there's potential reward at the end, and I'm not talking about monetary reward, or I don't know, it's more like I think it'll build my confidence, and just once I break that barrier of actually being able to know I can just work on stuff and do stuff and complete stuff and put time and effort into things and build up those habits, then I'll be able to achieve a lot. And laying the groundwork of that takes time. But yeah, like I filmed myself every day juggling in January and in February, learning to juggle for 5 minutes a day, and I think it went really well. Like, I'm really happy with how I'm actually able to learn how to juggle, and with the whole like ideas behind how to actually make that into something interesting or entertaining. Like, I wanted to make some sort of content out of it, and I know that I can, but I kind of have, there's lots of different approaches of ways of making it, and I haven't been able to decide on one, and also I don't really know how to edit or anything, so it's like, it's a huge learning curve, and it's very daunting, and I know I'm going to have to put a lot of time into it, so it's something I've been putting off. But yeah, I'll get it done. I will get it done this year, is what I've got in my head, so I've got more than half the year left to go, so hopefully I don't leave it till the end, but knowing me, probably will, but hopefully not, because yeah, I don't know, I think there's a lot of joy to be had in motivating yourself to do these kind of things, and setting yourself goals and actually achieving them. Whether it actually amounts to anything doesn't really matter, as long as you're giving yourself a vision of something that you want to do and you're working towards it. And even if you don't manage to do it, like say if it's something more challenging, like, I don't know, I'm gonna leave it actually because we'll be back in a second. Well, look at my shiny head. I can't remember what I was saying, but yeah, there was a person, so I stopped recording really fast. Yeah, just having goals and doing, specific goals. Like, I don't know, running a marathon, or doing something Can't think of an example actually. There's something which maybe it could be out of your control, like it's not just about putting in, say like becoming a professional footballer. Like that is ultimately, no matter how hard you work, it's never something you can guarantee. Because it's just, stuff like that is impossible to predict. No matter how hard you work, there'll be people out there who have given everything to something like that and not made it for one reason or another. So setting yourself goals which is actually stuff you can achieve. Like for example, if your goal was to, I don't know, train football 3 hours a day, every day for next year, that's something you can achieve. Doesn't mean you'll actually get good. So as long as your goal is to do with the process rather than actual product, it's achievable. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. My goal is to actually finish stuff rather than be successful at stuff. Because you can't guarantee success, but you can guarantee work. It's a little ideology I'm trying to follow. But here we are. Sort of this light air. See up into the sky. Cloudy ahead though, so it's like we're under a big blanket, big sky blanket. Run out of things to say. It's not a problem. It's nice to be in silence for a bit. How many steps am I on? Ooh. Big steps. Big step. Oh yeah, this is a slightly silly one, but got a note in my notes from the 5th of May, so a few weeks ago. In fact, I'll do this one later because people had. Oh my word! Little hog! Little hog! Oh no! Where are you going? Come back. That's the sweetest little hog I've ever seen. The way he was just sort of shuffling out and then didn't like the attention. I'm a bit camera shy. It's fair enough. I wish I had my phone out for that because I feel like the low light quality of GoPro is pretty weak. But that's a little hog, a little hedgehog. This is another joy of being outdoors in nature. You see these little special guys hanging out in their humble abodes. And I wonder what he's up to. I wonder if he's going to get another chance to cross. Was he trying to cross the path? He's still back in the bushes. He's a bit nervous. Hope I've not disrupted him too much. He can enjoy the rest of his evening. I saw a bit of movement. I started filming there and I was like, there's a bit of movement there. What is that? Thought it could be a little rat, but it wasn't quite rat shaped. It was a bit too round. And it was a hog, a little hedgehog. Hedgehogs are funny. Like videos of them running is just, there's something about their little long legs. Like they're not long, but they look longer than they should be. So yeah, they're quite entertaining. Entertaining little animals. Big fan actually. Big fan of a hog. So that was a nice little evening treat. And you see, I wouldn't have got that if I decided not to go for a walk today. So fantastic. Actually fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to stop going for it because I'm on a bed. I don't want to, one, look like a weirdo, but also feel like I'm interrupting them when we're yapping away while they're trying to have a nice peaceful walk. So I'm recording in when I'm in the big tunnel. Love ya. really think there's something about this tunnel, not just the echo. I'm not going to shout because I don't want to. I'm not a big shouter. But I think there's huge potential for some kind of tunnel-based sport. Like, there's something about the fact you've got your little walls on both sides. You can, I don't know, I'm imagining like a football game or something where you can get to the other side of the tunnel. Like 5 against 5 or something. It seems pretty deadly. Like, any kind of collision near a wall, you're going to be hurt. It's going to be broken bones, but it could be some kind of underground sport, a bit like cage fighting, but like tunnel football. I think I could be onto something there, I really do. So yeah, if there's anyone out there wants a game of tunnel football, hit me up. We'll get it organised. I think this is the spot for it though. It's a big old bridge, it's a big old tunnel. It's lit up as well, so you can do it at night. You could do this at 3 AM. That could be the time, that could be tunnel ball time. I think there's huge potential there, huge potential. In fact, that could be my new business op. Underground tunnel ball. Illegal tunnel matches. Yeah. Keep that in mind. Keep it in mind. I am. But copyrighted. If this video's been released, the patent's already been made. Tunnel ball is mine. I'm not taking it. I can't go with that little hedgehog. That's really made my day. Not that my day needed to be made anymore, because my day's already been great. For like no particular reason, it's just been a good day. And the hedgehog, oh, what a joy. It's the first time I've seen a hedgehog that close, possibly in my life, in nature. I think I've seen a hedgehog once or twice from afar, but that close, he was right next to me. Wow. What a special little guy. What a special little fella. And I had the blessing of a quick little union, little gathering on the loop line. What a joy. What a joy. Because I'm holding it at such a low angle, it's actually kind of okay because we got the constant trees moving overhead, so it doesn't look too bad. But it would probably look better if I did this. I don't want to hold my arm up all the time. It's almost more embarrassing. Not like this is about embarrassment or whatever, but yeah, It's quite a nice bench coming up ahead, which is a bench where I've seen a few interesting people on in the past. It's just I realise I've just been talking about auto exposure. We'll get rid of that. There we go. Touchscreens, eh? Who needs them? Yeah, we got a bit of water flow here. It's nice. There's my bench right there. I remember soon after I moved to, actually, it was a few months after I moved here, but it was another rainy day, actually. I was out for a walk, and there's someone just sat on this bench. They had an umbrella. I can't remember, maybe they're smoking a joint. There's definitely some sort of aroma in the air. And they were playing it on their Nintendo Switch. I thought that was pretty cool. No, I don't think they were smoking a joint actually. It could have been. But there have been people smoking joints on that bench before. And power to them, you know. It'd be nice if I could get a quick toke on the way past. Won't go amiss. But yeah, the most recent one was there was an older gentleman who he had a walking stick. I think he had a little bag with him. I'm not sure what he had in it, but also a little bottle. Actually it was a flask, and he just sat down. He'd taken the lid off. I think he was pouring something into it. Imagine a tea or something. And I said, good morning or good afternoon or whatever time of day it was, I can't remember. And he raised his cup and said, good day. And I thought that was really nice. He was obviously quite happy for me to say hello to him, and he said hello back. And yeah, when I'm walking, like not everyone's that receptive to a hello. I think in city life, not that many people are into it. Like where I'm from, in the countryside, everyone says hello to everyone when they're walking. That's just how it is. In the city, not everyone does it. So sometimes I'll say hello and I get blanked, which is probably made me overly defensive in some ways, that I say hello less because I'm scared of people just blanking me. I mean, less so now. I feel like I say hello and if they don't say anything, I kind of just laugh it off. Like I smile to myself because it's kind of funny, because they're probably alarmed, like, someone said hello. But yeah, there's definitely the sort of people who I definitely say hello to. Any older gentlemen just walking by themselves, because they're the ones who seem to be most joyous about someone saying hello to them. So yeah, in fact, one of my friends, remember she posted an Instagram story a few months ago, I don't know when it was, but she was saying that like she's obsessed with saying hello to old ladies, and I think it's the exact same thing. Like in that generation, they probably were more likely to say hello to everyone, and it's slowly faded away for whatever reason. So when young people are saying hello to them, they're happy. It's like, oh, he's just like me from back in my day. That's me being a bit of a dick there, but I feel, I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, that's the sort of vibe I get. They're seeing their younger self, and it's like it's restoring their faith in the younger generations, just by a quick hello. And maybe with someone like that, I should have taken the effort to have a little conversation, a little chat. I think I would have benefited from that myself as well, because I don't chat to many people. It'd be nice to chat to someone. I can empathise very much with the solitude, and some people deal with it better than others, and a lot of people feel very alone. And of course I do as well at times, because I am very alone. I live a lonely life, but by choice. And whether that's the correct choice, I don't know. But it's what I'm choosing to do, and I'm happy with it right now. So yeah, there's no loss there. Yeah, it's getting dark now, isn't it? I knew this would be coinciding with sunset. Let me check what time it is. Yeah, it's 1:15. Sunsets in 4 minutes. So yeah. Oh, I realised I was going to read you one of my notes before I turned it off because there was someone ahead. I've decided I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that a mystery. Top secret note, and it's partly because it's not really worth talking about, because it's a stupid note. I'll give you a slight bit of context. It's basically, sometimes I will just sort of freestyle some words, some sentences. I'll just speak, but without thinking about what I'm going to say. And sometimes I'll just string together a series of words which just means absolutely nothing, and it's kind of funny. And there's this one particular one which I did. I was like, wow, I have no idea where that came from, and it made me laugh. It really did make me laugh. And it's, yeah, I was trying to not interpret meaning from it, but trying to make it mean something. Ooh, it's a tip I got now. Whoa. And in fact, yeah, I've spoken about it again. I'll read you the sentence because it's stupid. But it was, did you know that mice invented the moon? And yeah, interpret that how you will. But I don't know where it came from. I wasn't thinking about the moon, I wasn't thinking about mice. It just came from the deep recesses of my brain. Yeah, I think that was kind of special. It made me laugh at the time quite a bit. And I start thinking, hang on a second. Some people rumour that the moon is made of cheese, and mice love cheese, so something suspicious going on there, for sure. Yeah. Back to my starting point now, so about to get on the road. So, yeah, good walk. Love you, bye.